Genesis chapter 4, we're going to focus on Cain and his depression. You're talking about not just depression, we're talking about silent suffering for the rest of his natural existence. Yeesh. Okay, now let's go with verse 4. The Lord had respect unto Abel and to his offering. Verse 5, but unto Cain and to his offering he had no respect, and Cain was very angry, and his countenance fell. Verse 6, and the Lord said unto Cain, why art thou angry, and why is thy countenance fallen? 7, if thou doest well, shall thou not be accepted, and if thou doest not well, sin lieth at the door, and unto thee shall be his desire, and thou shalt rule over him. In a nutshell, what God is saying is that I know what you're thinking, okay, and I know what you want to go ahead and do, but I'm going to give you an out, okay, and let's see if you're stronger, okay, than your anger and your jealousy. Don't do it. Guess what he did? That's right, in verse 8. Second part of the verse, Cain rose up against Abel, his brother, and he committed the first murder in the Bible. Here it comes. Remember, God forgives, but God never removes the consequences. Verse 11, and now, not tomorrow, and now, immediately, art thou cursed. Verse 12, when thou tillest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength, a fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. In this verse 12, look at these three things. Okay, number one, no matter what you do to the ground, no matter how hard you try to farm it, it'll do no good. That's one. Number two, you're going to be a fugitive. And number three, you're going to be a vagabond. You're going to be a drifter. 13, and Cain said unto the Lord, my punishment is greater than I can bear. He was not kidding. This was worse than going to prison. Okay, this was worse. And remember these two words, because you don't see it in the Bible, but God revealed it to me many years ago. Remember the words silent suffering. Okay? So, verse 15, the Lord set a mark upon Cain. Imagine that. And in verse 16, and Cain went out from the presence of the Lord and dwelt in the land of Nod on the east of Eden. Years ago, when I read verse 16, Cain went out from the presence of the Lord, it's like, yowza. That's, all I thought about was King Saul when God removed his Holy Spirit from him and replaced it with an evil spirit. I believe that's in 1 Samuel 16. Now notice what it says, and dwelt in the land of Nod. When you look up the word Nod in Ivrit, in Hebrew, it literally means a place of wandering, or a place that's in the wilderness. But the word Nod, as soon as I saw it spiritually in my spirit, God said, remember, it's an acronym for no direction. When I meditated on this chapter, just within these 16 verses, it was like, wow. God could have very easily killed him, he could have destroyed him, but what he did is that aside from all of these curses, aside from exiling him forever, God removed him from his presence. Okay? Now think about this for a second. What's worse? To be killed and be erased? To exist, to live the rest of your life in silent suffering. Fast forward to the present, to this generation. What I've seen in my lifetime, in 6 decades, what happens to the people that commit murders? When the world assumes and thinks that they've gotten away with it, I got news for you. Spiritually, remember these, again, remember those two words, silent suffering. Many people in government, God taught me this. Putin's only one of them. Notice what I said, he's only one of them, but there's many people on this earth that have committed murder, that are vagabonds, that are wandering around this world, And no matter what the world thinks about them, no matter what the media says, or however the media tries to project them, what they don't know and understand is that there is no security detail, none. Okay, there's no Secret Service on this earth that can protect any individual from silent suffering. That said, remember, the first son, the first man who committed murder, okay, hands down, experienced not just silent suffering, but he existed with constant depression. It is what it is. True story. That said, don't forget, you got to press on, people. I was just getting ready to go ahead to upload this video. And within my spirit, God's spirit just said these words. Are you ready? This is tough. He was not only the first to murder in the Bible, but he also was the first man to inherit a generational curse from his parents who were also depressed. Think about what you just heard. I didn't say that. That's revealed truth. Think about it. Isn't that amazing? So, wow, I never even, not until right now, it's like, oh my gosh. Amazing. So when it comes to science, to this very day, it's called epigenetics. Epi meaning surface or first, and then gene, the epigene. So scientifically speaking, going back then to the first son, what he inherited was depression from who? From his parents. Is that a stunning revelation? Isn't that just amazing? Wow. I didn't see it. Thank you. Gotta press on.